Greetings, Designer here. We're going to cover another topic. It's going to be similar to the last video I did about tabletop, RPGs, some tips, and things like that. And this time I want to cover something that's actually very important right now, that's happening immediately in the community, or the community scene, and that is toxic people. So, now I've had my share, so I can relate to not everything, of course, but I relate to some of the basics. So, in this community in general, on Twitter, online, Reddit, everywhere else, the tabletop community is pretty supportive. It's very accepting. We don't really discriminate your pasts and things like that. So, it's really bad to hear when there's a toxic experience, either through, let's say, like an abusive person, or trolls, like online and stuff like that. So we're going to cover a few of the basics. Again, it's a basic thing. This is not going to get into a lot of detail. This could trigger some bad experiences from some individuals, so please keep that in mind while you're listening to this. So we're going to cover some of the simple things. So first thing we're going to cover are the actual toxic people. Now, I know it's going to be, difficult to do, but this first step is if you ever come across someone that's toxic and they're at your table, they're at your event, or whatever it might be, you can always walk away, okay? And you have that strength and that power to walk away. Some cases you're going to feel like you don't. Some cases you feel like you're not going to have any help with it, but you do. There's a lot of us that go to these events and we're antisocial, we have anxiety, we don't feel like we belong, and these events, even if it's down to just a table with people, like 4 other people at the table playing a game, a lot of us have the same exact feelings. So this group we belong in, and we want to belong so bad. And we want to have friends so bad that we actually will take the toxic people because we want to belong. We want to have those experiences and those friends and those events and such like that. You don't have to deal with these people. You can make them go away one way or another. As far as, you can get up and walk away. It gets to the point where you can do legal action. There's a lot that can happen. We're not going to get into those details, but I want everyone to know that there are friends in the community, way more friends and accepting people in the community than there are the toxic people. Now, I'm going to relate to one of my own experiences when I was young. So, I didn't have a lot of friends, and at least not true friends. I had very few true friends. And I really wanted to belong, and I really wanted to be part of a group, and I wasn't a jock, and I wasn't one of the cool kids that would do, bad things, and the bad boys and that kind of stuff. So, I got into a group of individuals, a gaming group. And now this first gaming group, took me through high school, basically. And come to find out, really all they wanted me for was to run games to get their gaming fix. And they would dictate terms to me, and, I'm not playing if you don't do this, and, I'm not going to talk to you unless of this. And in honesty, that's a very toxic environment. I had very toxic people. And, and I thought they were my friends. I really did. I was really, and then later in life, I realized they weren't. They were bad influences in that sense. They were toxic people to me. They did a lot of damage to me because it felt like, I needed to do something to be accepted and do something more to be, part of the group, part of the friends, whatever it might be. I was never quite cool enough, and I had to, change my taste in, like, music that I listened to, and, I didn't read the right books, or I didn't watch the right shows, or whatever it might be. So they weren't as accepting of me as who I was. They needed me for something else. It was like I was their drug fix because I became their game master. Mostly because the other game master, now this is the flip side, the other game master that they had, one of the primary ones, had a power trip. And if it wasn't for him, there wouldn't be any games. that kind of mentality, and used it as as a control method and a control mechanism, and that's bad too. So then it turned into, and I've got demanding players, and I'm only worth anything as long as I run the games for them, and such like that. At least that's what it turned into down the road. Nobody ever hung out with me unless it was for a game. Nobody ever did anything with me unless it was for the game. And that's a big pile of, suck. That's a total big pile of suck. So, and then you get people in your group that might show up on the flip side that would be demanding, and I need it this way, and you can't, if you're not going to do this, I'm not going to be around, or I'm not going to, you know what, fine, go away, I don't need you. You can always say no, you can always walk away. There's always another group. It's going to be hard, and it's not going to be easy, but there's always more people out there that are accepting, that are kind and want to help and want to play and have a good time and, enjoy this this hobby and this experience and this, in some cases, lifestyle even. So don't settle for, there's nobody else, so I only have these, this person that's going to run the game, or this person that, is so demanding, and I can't really roleplay my character, and I'm not allowed to play what I want because they need to have this class and this race or whatever, and I just have to play whatever's needed by the group. No, screw that garbage. Don't do that. You should never have a group, and some people are going to be against this, but you should never have a group dictate what you play. You are playing it. That's your character, not their character, not the game master's character. That's your character. And people at the table should be accepting of your character as they are accepting of you. I'm pointing, and I should stop. But, and that's the thing. It's just, that's how it should be. There should be session zero discussions and conversation. And sure, some people might want to make a compromise and make some changes. But still, own what's yours. Don't let somebody else, push something else upon you, because that is a form of a toxic relationship. So even if it's as benign as, well, no, you get this magic item because this one's better for me. But if my character found it and it fits my character's, scope of, look, coolness, whatever, then you shouldn't argue about it. Just, cool, that's a cool item, great. I hope to get one, for myself one day. Because it's a group effort. You're not competing. It's not like I have the biggest magical sword. I'm the best ever. Yay, you all suck, even though you're in my party. No, it doesn't work that way. So there's one. That is one big thing, is that you could have a toxic person in your group. That's bad. Obviously, you want to get that person or people out of that group, or you need to change groups. And there are plenty of people out there that'll help you find new groups, find new people to play with, whether online, in person, it doesn't matter. It's not the world where it used to be, where you had to, literally, you were limited to maybe going to your game store, and those people that were toxic were important or valuable to the game store, and so really they bullied everybody into believing them, or, that you weren't that good, or whatever it might be. That's gone. Luckily, that is gone. It is now a very large international community that helps each other out to find that game, to find that homebrew, that answer that question, whatever it might be, and all that stuff. So that happens now. You can actually get a lot of help to find a new group, to find a new game, to talk through some of this, because a lot of us have experienced it. And now we're going to go to a second part, the trolls, which is another recent experience and one I've also dealt with in the past. This is more of the, it goes two ways. There's the local, or the in-person trolling, and then there's the online trolling. So most of you will have never experienced the in-person trolling, because, believe it or not, gaming is cool now. So back in my day, not to sound like an old man, but people made fun of us for gaming, period. Whether it was people at school or someplace else, or if it was, even parents and stuff like that. All of that. It was terrible. there was a oh, come on, Discord, shut up. There was a there was a parent of one of my not so good players, that and they were like, what are you doing? Can't you get any girls? Can't you go out? That kind of stuff. And there was another parent, because back in my day too, gaming was evil, gaming was wrong, gaming was devil worship, gaming was bad, and it led to suicide and all this other stuff, which was completely blown out of proportion. If you want to do your research, that was in the 80s. They blamed Dungeons and Dragons for stuff like that. Tom Hanks made a movie about it called Mazes and Monsters. So if you want to do some research, look that up. They really thought gaming was evil. They really thought Dungeons and Dragons meant going to the graveyard and sacrificing goats and all that other stuff, which is absurd, obviously. So, but, so we got negativity even from that sense and trolling. And, and I had a parent defend us that said, I know, the advantage of this gaming thing, I know where my child is at, I know who they are with, I know what they're doing, and as a teenager, they're not out drinking, they're not out getting in trouble, they're not out getting arrested, they're not out doing drugs and all these other things. And that's a very positive thing, is that you got a parent that's defending you for this. So now let's fast forward to the present, where we've got trolls that are online, that when you're streaming your game, they're going to be trolling during your game. So, and this could be, your classic tabletop, or even just your actual stream. And, we don't need those people either. Don't even hesitate. Ban them. Get them out of there. You don't need it. Your chat doesn't need it. And most likely the people in your chat are on your side and not on their side. And don't let them ruin your game. Literally just kick them out. Move on. If you're uncomfortable or if they've done enough damage that you're not having fun anymore, just say, my game is over for today. It's been a bad experience because of so-and-so. Call them out. I'm not kidding. Call them out. And that you're going to continue another day, and this is, when, or, look at my schedule, whatever it might be. So, because that can happen too, but you don't need them. They're not required. If they're a subscriber, they're a piece of trash. Okay? You don't need them. Even if your channel relies on subscriptions and such, that's not money you want to take at that sense. You can still shut them down. They don't have to chat. They want to continue to subscribe? Sure, throw money at me. I don't care. But you don't need to have them in chat. They don't need to be, being negative in your community. Get rid of them. And all you trolls that are out there that happen to be watching this video, and you get your kicks streaming, trolling other people and stuff, guess what? You get shut down. That's what happens. No matter how much you think that's fun, it's exciting, you eventually get caught, you eventually get shut down, and unless you're a really, 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 really big moneymaker for whatever platform you're on, you will be gone. You will cease to exist in the channels that you use to make, money and resources. You're going to try to come back on again. You're going to get, and they're going to try to find you, so it's not something that because thank God for AI now checking faces and go, hey, you're that one we banned already. You're done. So, you got to be careful about that. This isn't the world where it used to be, where you think you can get away with stuff anymore. So, and you know what? If you don't like what people are streaming, don't watch it. Don't do anything with it. Just do something else. It's not that hard. So, if you want to be a toxic person, you're probably the same person that, I'm not even going to get details on, but it's not right, it's not good, don't do it, okay? Just don't. So, because then we do have big issues, and we do have big problems, and we do have hurt feelings, and we do have self-harming potentially, and other such more tragic events occur because of this, and nobody wants it. Nobody wants that, okay? So, if you have a trolling person, a toxic person in your chat, leaving comments, shut them down. Use everything in your power to shut them down. Go to proper authorities, whoever if it's a moderator. If you're just visiting, go to a moderator. Go to the owner of the channel. Go to the owner of the platform. File complaints there. If it's more severe, get legal help. Get them shut down that way. Whatever it takes, okay? But you don't have to deal with it. You don't have to be part of it. You don't have to accept it, cope with it, or anything like that. So it's really, really important, okay? Now, this has been mostly a negative tilted video because a lot of bad things. And I apologize for that. It just happens to be a very hot topic right now. And I felt like it needed to be discussed. And I wanted you all to know that you have power and control. It is your game, your table, your channel, your community, whatever it might be. It's yours. You can cut that out. You can cut out the bad. And you don't have to accept it. So please don't accept it. Okay? You don't need the negative. There's a lot of positivity in this community. This group that I'm making this video for, the Thread Raiders, is a very positive community, and it helped me immensely to move forward and push past some of the negative things that I've had to deal with in my life. And they have their own fears, and they have their own, uncertainty and insecurities. But together, we're stronger for it. And we help each other, and we lift each other up, and we carry each other, and it's fantastic. And that's what the community really is. And you are going to find a few toxic people here and there, and just kick them to the curb. You don't need them. They're completely unnecessary. I don't care how cool they are, how popular they are. It makes no difference. Just make them go away. Don't go to if you have a bad problem at a game store, sorry, don't go to the game store. You got a problem with a certain game or group, don't be part of that group. If you have an individual at your table and it's your table, you're running it, whatever it might be, kick them out. Okay? If it's your chat, kick them out. If you're a member of a community and they won't do anything to get this toxic person out of that community, maybe you shouldn't be part of that community. Maybe it's time to move on to a new community, a better community, whatever it might be. You don't have to deal with it. So please don't deal with it. In that sense, don't cope with it or accept it. Don't compromise. If it's toxic and it's bad, you don't need it in your life, get rid of it. So, I'll get off my soapbox now. I apologize for this mostly negative video, but I just want everyone to know, as a gamer that's been gaming for quite some time, I'm getting up there in age, there's some gray, and stuff like that. Mostly silver, white. But anyway, that you don't have to accept and settle and compromise with negative and toxic individuals, one way or the other. They say the grass is green on the other side, but in this case, it is. This is something, the difference is it's not the grass is only greener, and if you have toxic people, your grass is dead. So that's a complete difference. So please seek the help you need, get those people out of your life and away from your table, away from your game, and away from your community, so we can all be happy. We can all enjoy this wonderful, sorry about the train, this wonderful, wonderful community, and the creativity and support and the sense of family and acceptance that this community brings. So thank you all for watching this video, and again, I apologize for some of the negativity in it. It just needed to be covered. It's an important topic, and you are not alone. And if you need any help, there's a great many people that can help in the community. And hopefully, if I can remember in the description below, leave some support numbers and websites to contact in case it's gotten really bad for you. So thank you very much, and I'll catch you in the next video.